Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As Jean-Pierre Kingsley testified today, the Unfair Elections Act only requires data about potential voter fraud to be retained for 1 year, one short year. This is made worse by the fact that without the power to compel testimony, witnesses can refuse to cooperate, just as we know so many Conservatives have done during the 2011 robocall investigation. So will the government now commit to change this part of C-23?
The Fair Elections Act creates a new requirement that does not currently exist to retain the scripts for mass calling campaigns by political candidates during an election period. Also, it requires that any of those mass campaigns be registered not only by the campaign but also by the service provider. The preservation of the script for 1 year, I think, is reasonable because it is mostly volunteers who will be retaining that information, and to expect longer periods of time might be unreasonable for a volunteer campaign worker who does not have financial resources and is not a sophisticated political consultant, and therefore I think we've struck the right balance.
The honourable member for Toronto-Danforth.
Mr. Speaker, voter contact companies are supposed to retain the data, not volunteers. On vouching, Jean-Pierre Kingsley said it was, quote, a fundamental ingredient in our system. As well, the minister's misuse, constant misuse, I would say, of the Neufeld report has been contradicted by none other than Harry Neufeld himself. And the minister has consistently failed to provide any examples of fraud through vouching. So the minister's bill is unraveling before his eyes. Will he now agree to remove this unjustifiable part of the Unfair Elections Act?
Minister of Democratic Reform.
My characterization of the Neufeld report was very similar to the characterization offered by the leader of the NDP, who said, quote, in commenting on the report, he said, it goes to a fundamental question of the defense of our democratic institutions. If we can't even guarantee that the people who are voting are entitled to vote, and that can throw off the results of an election, all is being lost. Those are similar to comments that I've made. Our reasoned position is that people should choose from among 39 different forms of identification to prove who they are and where they live. Thank you.